Live, coming to you from the 51st Annual Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo in Lakeland, Florida. Let's turn up the fun at 51. And we are joined on the deck by Kelly Murphy and some friends from WAI. Kelly, Women in Aviation International. I should not forget to say that in case people don't know. And Kelly's been with us every day at 11 for
Women Shine.
There you go.
Thank you, Jim.
And I've met your two friends, Tori and Kaylee, and we've talked a little bit off to the side here, and I think we're going to learn some really interesting stuff about what's going on here in Lakeland as far as air transport for packages.
That's exactly right. So thank you again, Jim, for having Women Shine on the deck today. I'm Kelly Murphy, Director of Communications for WAI, and I am joined by Kaylee Botts, the Assistant General Manager here in Lakeland for Amazon Air, and Tori Cox, who is also Ramp Operations Manager. And it's really nice to introduce both of you here on the deck because Amazon is not only a strategic partner of WAI, but a neighbor here at Sun and Fun. So Kaylee, actually I'm going to start with you because everyone knows Amazon is that 24/7 package delivery, but Amazon Air is quite unique in what its capabilities are. And so I'd like you to explain kind of what the transportation and operations network of Amazon Air is all about.
Sure, happy to answer that. So specifically, if we zoom out and we look at the whole operation to be start to end, when the package first gets its shipping label on it all the way to the customer, we start in fulfillment, which is where that package is originating from, where we house all of our inventory, and it gets packed up and put a shipping label on it. Then we move into middle mile transportation. Middle mile transportation is what connects our fulfillment centers to our delivery stations, where we actually load it up into the vans and deliver it to your doorstep. So that middle mile is right where Amazon Air sits, and we are kind of siblings with a sort center. So a sort center, all it does is we're sorting all of the packages connecting from our fulfillment centers to our delivery stations. But what a sort center does is it does it regionally in the area that those two locations are. Where Amazon Air kind of comes in and where we're a little bit unique is that we're still connecting fulfillment centers to delivery stations, which is effectively connecting customers to packages all across the country. So rather than just doing it in the state or region that those buildings are located, we're able to fly packages across the country to serve that same purpose of getting it to our customers by the time that we promised it to them.
It's really interesting to kind of see it as a network, but here we are at Air Show in Sun and Fun, Lakeland. Your facility is right across the airfield, so maybe you could bring us here locally.
Sure.
What happens there and how many employees? What is the activity?
Yeah, absolutely. So every day we sort hundreds of thousands of packages at my building just across the way at the Lakeland Airport. And what that looks like is we have two main processes. The first is our ground to air process, where, like I mentioned, it comes in from a fulfillment center here locally in the state of Florida. We then sort those packages across one of our three different sortation systems, one of which is actually really cool, includes our Amazon Robotics, where we're moving packages with robots through our building. Those packages get sorted, loaded up into containers that get loaded onto the aircraft. That aircraft departs to one of our destinations across the country, and then that plane lands. Those packages get unloaded off the aircraft by one of our partners across the country, and then those packages get sent to customers in that area. Then that same process happens in reverse. Our ramp team, which Tori leads outside on our ramp, they download those aircraft as they're coming in. We bring all those packages into the building, and then we sort all of them, and those packages are actually going to customers here locally in Florida. So we load them up onto trucks and send them out to be delivered to customers here.
What an experience. Tori, I'm going to turn to you because you are actually part of the Women at Air Global Board, which I know you were at WAI conference in Denver, and you were able to meet together as a network. But can you explain a little bit about Amazon's Women at Air group?
Sure. Thanks, Kelly. So Women at Air is an inclusive Amazon affinity group that provides a platform to connect, develop, and inspire women with the goal of enabling women to be successful in their personal and professional lives. So Women at Air has reached hundreds of individuals globally with 100% representation in every Amazon Air site in the US and the EU.
Love to hear that. Multiple 100% you said participation, so all the women that work at Amazon come together in this group. You said not only in the US but in the EU, so how many kind of Women at Air groups do you have?
There's 8 Blue Badge Amazon sites operating in the US and then 1 in the EU, which just celebrated its first anniversary.
Okay, and when you get together for these kind of leadership group meets, what transpires there? Are you sharing knowledge, resources? Explain to me what happens at one of your Women at Air meetings.
Absolutely. So Women at Air has different development programs. We offer workshops for interviewing skills, resume building, and other skill sets that women can utilize to grow in their careers within Amazon. We also most recently had a global chapter summit where we actually utilized gathering at the WAI conference to provide all of the chapter leads globally with the resources to lead a successful Women at Air chapter.
I'd love to hear that, and especially that you met at our conference in Denver last week. Fabulous. So let's talk a little bit more about your WAI conference experience, because I know Amazon was there not only exhibiting, not only having your Women at Air meetings, but you also participated in our scholarship program. So let's talk about the scholarships that you offered.
Amazon offered a scholarship to an aspiring woman pilot as well as an aspiring A&P mechanic this year.
That's great. And were you able to meet those recipients in Denver?
We were. That was my personal favorite moment in attending the conference.
Sure. Yeah, I went to the University of South Florida just over in Tampa. And while I was there, I went to a career fair, and Amazon was represented at that career fair. That's where I got connected with a recruiter. They got my information, invited me to apply to the college hire program, which is specifically for operations, where you can come in as an entry-level leader and kind of learn operations from the ground up. So I went through that interview process, loved learning about the leadership principles throughout the interview process, and just got really excited about a career with Amazon at that point. And here we are 7 years later, started as an entry-level area manager, and now I'm leading
develop your skills in different areas and maybe pursue something different within Amazon Air.
Yeah, absolutely. So I, in particular, want to continue growing in operations. So I'm currently
Behind a cubicle. And when I learned in Amazon,
our warehouse positions, our college hire programs that both Tori and I came through, as well as every other different opportunity that we have. So the website amazon.jobs is the best place to start.
Okay, you heard it here. Amazon.jobs is where you can find your next future path with Amazon. Kaylee and Tori, thanks for being here with us, and check us out, wai.org.
thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelly, thank you so much for doing Women Shine as we do every day. Our listeners learn a lot, and it's a fascinating part of Sun and Fun, and we're so glad you're here as a key member of Sun and Fun Radio. We'll be right back in a few minutes after some messages.
Thanks, Jim.